be good. Unlike my dust extractor, which managed to melt its plug on Tuesday, so we need to we're trying again. We're trying again. And if it doesn't work, we're going to bed or something. Yeah, dust extractor melted plug on Tuesday. We've cut plug off. We now have a power lead with no plug. Power lead. So we need to put a new plug on the dust extractor. It's all good. What I'm going to do is, oh yeah, so this weekend there's a bit of a storm coming across the UK. There are yellow weather warnings. How are you doing at Ewok as well, also? Um, Forecasts for Saturday and Sunday have both got high wind gusts. So, had an email this afternoon that my 2-day market been cancelled. Have a look on this. What on there? There you go. From 3 p.m. tomorrow to 6 a.m. Sunday, strong wind warning for Storm Dara. And that's putting everything up. And now till 3 a.m. tomorrow, strong wind warning. That's put it up sufficiently with these wind gusts here. Gusting midday Saturday, 54, 9 a.m., 60, 61, 56. And then into Sunday, 48, 44. Maybe dropping down to 39. Anything over 35 is dangerous for a gazebo. So this weekend's market has been cancelled. I've already got the hotel booked, so I'm still going to go across to Stoke and find something to do. But yeah, no market, which is annoying. Shame. But it is what it is. You've got snow. We've got wind. It is what it is. Which means, yeah, just making stock ready for next weekend. I'm hoping next weekend. I've got 2 markets next weekend. I'm at Northwich on Saturday and Newcastle, Stoke on Sunday. And then Wilmslow the Saturday after. So we do have some more markets coming up. But this weekend's going to be a quiet one. One of my clients that I do a website for, which is all related to markets, she said, "Oh, do you want to come with us? I'm visiting a couple of indoor events for the website on Saturday." So maybe that'll be what happens. We get on a train, head down south-ish, and go and have a wander around some different places I don't normally go to. Could be a thing. We'll see. All right, plan is this. We're going to get, on Tuesday, we painted the insides of all these ready to glue in brass tubes and get things sorted. So we're going to get tubes scuffed for all those. I can't remember how many we did of each. We've got Europeans, we've got slimlines, we've got stitch pickers. We'll get the tubes scuffed, we'll get them glued in, and then while that glue's drying, we'll sort out putting a new one of them on that. So I think you just shove it in like that somehow and job done. That'll get us our dust extractor back up and running, at which point we can finish off this pen here and this pen here, and then we can see where we're up to in terms of, are we going to trim any of the pens that we've got made up and get them turned at all? Are we going to do some of these mini Aurora pendants? Are we going to say by that point it's late enough and we're not doing anything else? Time will tell. Why is there no... Is there no CC? I wonder if... Let me have a look and see CC to see what I can... where's my captions? Captions? Ah, I wonder if... Because I'm streaming via a restream service, possibly that blocks the captions. I think it also, I might just have to go back to streaming direct to Twitch. I'm not sure that paying for a service to stream out to 3 different networks is actually that useful. I've not had any particular engagement on Facebook or on YouTube streaming, and it costs me money to have the service available. So possibly I should just cancel that and send this back to streaming direct to Twitch and not doing the multi-streaming. It doesn't necessarily seem to be a good use of finances to do that, I don't think. It's kind of useful having the service for the occasional time I want to be out and about, and I want to have a stream that doesn't interrupt when my signal drops. But other than that, but yeah, possibly because it's doing that. I noticed one thing it does is the audio that I'm meant to be not sending to stream is actually still sending to stream because it doesn't do the multiple audio channels. So there's a few things which are not as ideal as I would like, honestly, from a streaming point of view. So I might switch back to just going direct to Twitch streaming. I might have to do that. All right, so we're going to start off. We'll just take this off the moment. I need my Nokia bar. Oh, you're hiding there. Take that off. I need a dead center and a live center. So we can scuff up our brass tubes. I need to check just how many tubes we're going to need for this as well. I think live sensors are hiding elsewhere. That is probably in this bag still. Bag or box, one of the two. Not bag, try box. There we go. You in there. That's you there. So yeah, let's remind ourselves what we've got here. We've got Europeans 1, 2, 3. 5. Just 5 Europeans, 4 slim. So 4 slim lines. And 4 stitch pickers to do. So let's find those relevant kits. 5 Europeans, first of all. A bag of those. Use slim lines. Also slim lines. And you are Europeans. There we go. Oh, 5 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're all going to be gun metal because the kits I've just pulled out makes it easier. Yep, makes it nice and easy. It's in that bag. Stitch pickers, 1, 2. I've got some European kits without tubes. Generally means we've already made a few pen blanks that probably failed. At some point, I'm just going to need to get some extra tubes. We've got 2 stitch pickers there. Not go for that pot. Go for that pot. 2 stitch pickers. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 European pens. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 slim lines, and another 2 stitch pickers out of the drawer down here, and then we're good to go. Not you. You're a stitch picker, and you're a stitch picker with chrome rather than gold. some point, I know I've got chrome. I bought the needle threaders, and the needle threaders are all chrome, so I figured I needed to get some stitch pickers to go alongside them. I'm actually contemplating whether I even do the needle threaders as standalone or put them on as an alternative to the picker on the awl on the stitch pickers. I'll have to make a call on that one at some point. Might be Restock quartz. There we go. There's another one. 1, 2. There you go. That's fine. That's 2 of those, 2 of those. Might be we end up with some which are needle threader and stitch picker rather than awl and stitch picker. Could do that. Now, each of these, let's get the parts separated. Let's do down here out of the way. And we need to get them all scuffed. So one. Scuffing and gluing. All good fun. Spin sets. These are all super glue, so in theory, by the time I've sorted out the power lead on a dust extractor and turned the 2 pens that are ready to go, I should be able to actually trim these and start turning some of these. Opening up all these bags is one of the most annoying parts of doing these. I'm not a fan of opening so many little bags. There you go. I do honestly need to do a bit of a stock check of what I've got, because I know I've got lots of kits without the tubes because tubes have been damaged or used in things that are no longer being made. What's that up there? I've got a Sobrano pen up there that is looking ready for turning. It's just hiding in the corner. Why have I got you? Oh, I know what you are. That is 2 different pieces of Sobrano, where the other half both failed. That needs trimming. So they're both where half the pen failed. It's got all these little like bit of a duke there. The other half must have failed. I can see the other half that failed. Bit of that's not even got something glued into it. I've kind of got 2 mixed pens there, or we might. Well, there's a failed Sobrano. That's where one of them went to. Possibly. One that's not even drilled there. I might end up, these ones here, there's 2 that aren't drilled. Several that are. But I'm just thinking, always dangerous when I do it. Always dangerous. Oh yeah, and we've even got... That was my effort at doing a pen-in tube. Here's what I'm thinking though. I could do a set of slimlines which top half wood, bottom half resin. Or other way around, top half resin, bottom half wood. So I could do a few more tube-in casts like this, different colours. Get all those mounted, drilled, glued, and then have some half and half pens. Not a thing to do right now, but certainly a thing to probably use up some of those that are partly made, had failures. Do something a little different again. Not tended to do... I've occasionally done them with two different woods, so top half, bottom half is a different wood. The other thing that clearly I could do if these weren't already drilled and glued would be cut those in half and then put the resin in between and have half and half that way. But with those as they are, I'll have to think about whether it's what I want to do, but that's certainly a possibility as we do one half resin, one half wood with the pen. Right, let's get all of these. I've got another one of these pots over here. Ooh, glasses on the floor. Pot from over there. Let's get these all scuffed. Get our gluing done. Set that based on those which are the longest ones. Everything else should be fine. It's fast and easy to do this one is. Who are those? I thought I'd got... Oh, that's the fourth. Still got to find time to make it to Liverpool maybe next week now. I've got to be picked up. There's a parcel waiting for me. I need to pick up. Not quite got there yet. Forward that on to Germany. We need to check with Ewok where the card needs posting to. You're back. I thought it had gone quiet. Eerily so. These are going to be fun. Trying to distinguish between the barrels, the tubes for the top of the Europeans and the tubes for the slimlines are similar but not quite the same length. And I've got to put them all in the same bucket. I think just listen to my voice. No CC. But I will have to yeah, just run it direct to Twitch and not use the restream service and stop paying for that restream service, because Mostly I don't need it. It's something I ought to pay for like a month at a time when I actually want it. If I'm definitely away for a week or so and definitely going to be doing some streaming, then I'll pay for a service like that. But other than that, I don't think it's worth it for the multi-streaming to YouTube and stuff. That is a difference in length between two different types of hen. That is so minimal. I'm going to have to carefully sort through and make sure I've got the right ones, the right pens. That's mistakes to make when you're doing new things. Just stick to one type at a time and don't mix them up. Yeah, Ewok, drop me a message with the correct address to send that card to. Because obviously I've got more than one address for you, and definitely one of them's wrong because you put the wrong zip code on it. Just saying. Really hope to get these set up on metal lathe at some point and just recut the points on these because they have been well worn by clamping things. They still work, but they could be nice fresh points. Nearly there on this. That is everything scuffed, so let's get ourselves a work platform up. Let's start gluing these in. Just pop that dead center out first. Take that out. Ugh. Pop you on. Nothing there. Right, need to get these sorted a little bit first. Got easy ones of these four. After the stitch pickers. Get those glued first. Harder ones are these. We should have 3 different lengths here. And drop those into one bucket. So those 5 are the long parts of the European. That's done. Drop those in the bucket there. The rest of these, there should be 5 of one length and 8 of the other length. There's not a big difference between them. It slightly concerningly looks a little bit more like the 6 of one length. Let's just and at 5. So 2 there. Those 2 there. There's so little in it. That one there. So those 8 there are for the slim lines. Those are for the Europeans. So we'll drop those into the bucket there. They're all for slim lines. There we go. Start off with our slim lines. Move that over a little bit. So tubes, blanks, glue up here. Hopefully these will still slide in comfortably even though we've got the paint on the inside now. Shouldn't make a significant difference to the diameter. It's not being like engineering scale drilled to size. Make sure that glue is evenly spread. Slice it in. That's the pair. That's the pair. So the storm warning at the moment does mean there's a slight risk that it's a power cut as well. If the winds pick up at the wrong time, wrong place, you know, that could end up with a power line going down. But I do have an emergency bulkhead light in here, so at least if the power does go, I've got 3 hours of basic lighting. Connor, how are we doing? Thursday, isn't it? Chicken and chips night. How's things down there? It's looking a little bit breezy over the next couple of days. Aspinator, Giggity, Barben even. Looking in. Tired. Was it a good evening? Was it busy? Are you getting the Christmas rushes in now? Just had the message this afternoon that my 2-day market this weekend, I was meant to be Wedgwood, World of Wedgwood, Saturday and Sunday, outdoor market, cancelled both of them, both days. Wind forecasts are ridiculous. Tired just means that Connor's going to get himself home, get onto his computer, start streaming something else, and then fall asleep halfway through the game. We know this to be, like, literally how it works. I bet about 1 o'clock this morning, you'll be able to log on to Connor's stream and see him fast asleep. And he won't even deny it because he knows it's true. We're just prepping up some pens for turning at the moment. These are all resin casts that I've done over the past few months. They've been insisting waiting for me to need them. So we've got them all drilled out, painted the insides white, which just helps the brass tubes not be visible. And now we're gluing the tubes in, and then later, maybe tonight, maybe not tonight, these will be ready to cut the resin square to the tube, get turned. We've actually started turning a couple of these pens on Tuesday. We had a minor mishap on Tuesday evening, by which I mean the plug on the dust extractor melted. Proper melted. So before I can do any more turning tonight, one of the things I've got to do, I've already cut the old plug off. We've made it safe. We've got some snips and put it off. But yeah, in the bin there. There we go. It's got an electrical safety sticker on it. It's all good. It melted. That's how hot that fuse got. It melted straight through the plug and then blew. Let out the magic smoke. Things got a little bit dicey. That melted all the plastic shrouding on the live pin as well. So yeah, job number 1, before we can do anything else, is grab a nice new plug, and wire that onto the dust extractor so we can go ahead and carry on working. It's all good. But we'll do that while the glue on these is all curing, which will hopefully then you can come back and get those trimmed afterwards. So slimlines done. 4 sets of slimlines have their tubes glued in. Next up, got 4 stitch pickers to glue. It's these tubes here. Coating the glue on. Just take the pressure off a little bit, not having the market this weekend. It means I've got this week and next week to make some new stock rather than getting to the end of this weekend and then going, I need to make even more new stock. Unfortunately, it does mean we don't earn any money this weekend, which is the downside. Such is life. The cost of the markets, at least, is going to get carried over to the first two markets next year, so that just means we've got two events I'm not paying for next year, I guess. Or I've already paid for. It kind of works. Need to print up a new divider for doing the multicolour pours in the resins. My old one's kind of broken. I'm going to maybe print it on a more, rather than straight lines, I might go for a sort of slightly wavy edge pattern shape to pour the colours into. See what we can play with on the pours and get some different ideas again coming through on our next pen blanks. So those ones. So last batch means these 5 European pens here. It's going to be these ones here. This whole lot will pop to one side to let that glue cure. Different sized tubes here, so we've got short tubes, long tubes. Just line them all up. Pick that one and that one out across to this side. There we go. Start. Normally have closed caption as well, but that's not working right now because I cleverly tried a multi-platform streaming setup, and one of the things that seems to block, two things it blocks. First of all, it blocks all the audio that I don't want saving onto video from not being saved onto video. It just sends the one audio track everywhere, which isn't good. But it also doesn't allow the captions file to be uploaded properly. So I'm going to ditch that and go back to just streaming Twitch. Slightly annoying. Versus that is actually things like, so I think at the moment I'm streaming on Twitch and Facebook and YouTube. Facebook actually seems to do really well at auto captioning the stream, but it does that because it puts quite a delay on. There's a bit of a lag between the actual stream and what goes on to Facebook, but it does also caption it anyway. I suppose there's a swings and roundabouts thing. With me handling this, but fine. These have just been trimmed to almost a perfect length, by which I mean if it had been a fraction, the tiniest bit shorter, they'd have been too short. But this should make barrel trimming really straightforwards. Very little excess to take off on them. That's two to go in. By the time you sort out the dust extractor, turn the two pens that are already done, these should have had sufficient time to cure to trim them, get them ready for turning. Your solutions, how you doing? It's the theory anyway. So those are all now glued with their tubes in place. Put them to one side, probably just on the pillar drill table would be fine. Not the pillar drill, the bandsaw table. Let that glue cure up while we get other bits done. Contracted flute, ugh, not good. Are you past the worst of it? Are you getting better, or are we just in the feeling very sorry for ourselves stage?
Oh no, not again.
Your first day, oh, so you got full on man flu today. You're fully entitled to sit there and go, I'm dying. Um, ooh. Oh, well, she'll be over it then. It is a plug. Not that type of plug either. So yeah, on Tuesday we had a bit of a melty issue. With the dust extractor lead, which means it is now time to put a new plug onto it because we melted the old one. The voice of Thanos. So, nice thing on these plugs is they actually give you precise dimensions to try and match for your wiring. So, the longest piece of flex that goes into this is the earth, and that should be 32 mil long and then 6 mil of exposed flex at the end, so 38 mil in total. I mean, some people might say that's an improvement, you solutions. You never know. So here we go, 38, I'll just because it's 40. So if this Stanley on its shortest piece there will be enough to pierce the outer flex. Just run that around. But everything that's going for them, when a fuse goes in a plug, it can still be quite impressive. The fact that it built up enough heat in the fuse to melt the plug. I really do mean melt. $20.25 is so you've got the whole year there, or just a part year? I guess means you're spending the year trying to find an alternate workshop then. Have you got somewhere or is there somewhere lined up? Are the people who operate the building giving any assistance in finding relocation, or is that entirely down to you? Have you got your own anywhere yet? Is that bit done? I'm just going to clamp this onto my worktop because it keeps pulling back from me. There we go. All right, lengths. Earth is at full length. Live is the shortest one, so that goes to 18 mil, and this one goes to 28 mil on the blue. So live is going to be about there. Oh, that's what just dropped on the floor, isn't it? Yeah. And it's not just the cost of finding somewhere and putting a deposit down on it, it's the cost of moving all your gear as well, which once it's installed is probably not the most straightforward thing to shift. That's well, I can see it, but that's not what's gone missing. Yeah, you don't just pick that up, do you? Just move this across here, put it on my back, be fine. Where have I put the wire strippers that I had out last time we were in here? So if I can't find my wire strippers, I can't, properly and safely change the wires. Didn't drop them in there, did I? No. So it needs a lot of planning, basically. It's not oh, there they are in that drawer. It's not a short, quick endeavour to just pack up and go. I mean, a year's notice on that basis actually isn't that much, is it? Brown, yes. So I've click marked there. View on that one. Blue should be 28. Do it at 30. Have you got a plan? Should be fine. So we'll just strip the ends of the cables on these. That should all be set for about 6 mil strip. Just check. Yes, it is. Going the right side helps. It says yes, it is, but it never actually does because it always pulls back a little bit. So that's probably more like a 4 mil. Oh, it is 6. Fair enough. of me being untrusting. I suppose for stuff you don't want to move, then you just leave it there. Then if it's going to cost you more to move it than to not move it, and you can't sell it, just abandon it. I mean, commercial premises, you always see stuff just getting left behind that's left for the next person to deal with. Oh, they're going to hit you on that, are you? Are they? They're going to be like, no, 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 no. It's your rubbish. You get rid of it. Make sure we take that piece of paper off, because paper is a fire hazard on these. Probably actually need a smaller screwdriver than this for the heads on them, but let's see. We need to flip that right over because this is a chunky cable going in. It's a strain relief. And it's a sort of place, especially if they're stripping out and renovating, I guess. Little bits of rubbish are one thing, whereas big chunking pieces of equipment that's difficult to move is a very different matter. I'm going to say, if it's just small bits of junk, then they might overlook it. But if it's going to actually cost them to deal with it, then yeah, they're not going to. They're not going to say, oh yeah, it costs us £5,000 to get the equipment in for that, but you're fine. Take those out before I lose them. Right, let's get this bit done. Got a little twist on those. So it's just been sitting there waiting for something to happen, and now being forced. Because it could have probably sat there forever otherwise. If you hadn't had to move. I'm guessing it had a nice little corner of doing nothing. Yeah, so you'll have to rebuild everything. Right, these are going to be awkward to get in. They're going to be tight. So this is a very chunky flex. I think this is absolutely maxing out what you can run on a 13 amp socket, which is part of the problem. I suspect. Yeah, I know people do, but it's never something that's done on UK plugs. We just for other things, yes, but I don't. I'm not aware of it being a standard. I do have ferrules as well, but it's not a normal thing for plugs. You will almost never see a plug ferrule crimped. Even though that twist on that is tight. And also the ferrules are quite a bit longer than the lengths you're crimping to. Get some pliers because that is snug. What, cutting it shorter after you crimped it? I've got a crimping set in the house. There we go. I was watching one of the random YouTube shorts from Sparks, and I've never seen one of these before. You can get electrical screwdrivers which have got a torque setting on them. I've never seen a torqueable actual screwdriver. That was cool. That was impressive. I think it probably was a Werra one, yeah. I think it could well have been. He seems to have a lot of their gear. Weeha. I guess the point of it is primarily to prevent you putting too much torque on the screw rather than making sure you put enough. Is that one in? Cinch you down. Check we are all snug. Okay, we're looking good. So let's get that stress relief clamp put in as well. Brown, that's the 13 amp fuse already in there, which is fine because this is a 3 kilowatt machine, so it needs a 13 amp fuse in it. See if that's the same one that I had in the video. Links. Oh no, so those ones are adapters for an electric screwdriver, aren't they? Or an adapter. Oh, okay. Well, sort of. It's a hex shaft adapter that goes into a screwdriver, isn't it? That one. Why didn't it pick up your second one? That's weird. My thingamabob didn't pick up your, and then that happens. Didn't pick up your second one. Torch limb circle. Yeah, the one they were using was a standard screwdriver. Let's go back there. Standard screwdriver with an adjustable torque setting on it. So it wasn't like interchangeable parts. It was just a little dial to set the torque that you wanted. But it was a electrically insulated screwdriver. For some reason, I don't know why, my pickup links from chat thing didn't pick that link up. Yes, it wasn't. It's a similar idea, but it wasn't like that. It literally was like a screwdriver like this one, but with a little dial to set torque. I'd have to look at the video and see if I can spot who did it. Who done it? Right. Stress relief, nice and snug. We're all good. Pop the lid on. So that's the same ones, isn't it? Yeah, it wasn't that one. It was similar, but it wasn't that one. Right, we've got a plug on. So, plug that in. Stand well back. Turn the heater off first, because that will cause a problem. Can't have a heater and a dust extractor running on this network. Too much power draw. Right, that's running fine. 210 plus 20% VAT. Ouch! What's that? 255. Yeah, we don't need to be spending that much money on a screwdriver. You can always tell it's intended for serious tradespeople when they quote the price ex VAT. Because the law, I think it's the same law across anywhere in the EU, but UK is the same as well still. That if it's being sold to consumers, you have to include all sales taxes in your advertised price. So the second you see someone advertising it as ex VAT, you know they don't intend on consumers ever buying that. Open that one. Bing. Blocking. Something stuck in that blast gate, so that's not opening fully. Let's have a... It does. Oh, it must be just catching on the clip. That's fine. Open that one. Close that one. Snap your fingers in it. Ouch. Is it bedtime yet? Right, with that done. With that done. Isn't working. Never mind. This has just a little bit turning left on it, and then we've got the green one to turn. So this just slightly broad either end. You take a fraction off and then sand and finish it all up. Put that dust extraction on. And we've got one more to turn, and then we can hopefully get the others trimmed and ready to go. This time, 2:15. Yeah. A bit to go there at the front. Oh, nice, and get that long string that goes straight into a dust tractor instead of wrapping itself around. Can't always have everything, can we? Still a bit to go on those ends. Just taking this very gently. Oh, oh. Boy, that's getting a bit low powered. It unplugged the socket that the air tank was plugged into. Well, why is that not turning itself on? That turns out it's because I've unplugged it. I was given an option of moving to an indoor event the same organiser this weekend, but they've already got someone who does pens, books on that event. And if I only take my jewellery, it becomes questionable as to whether it's worthwhile doing. Especially on an event that already could be questionable as to how worthwhile it would be to do for me. Although actually, the event that I could have booked on is in a very nice old pottery building. It's the building that they used to film Great British Throwdown at. They've moved it to a different pottery now. They've moved it to the Gladstone pottery. They used to film it at the Middleport pottery. And the organiser I was going to be at Wedgwood with also have an event at Middleport indoors. So there was, to a point, that option moving indoors there, but it just wasn't going to be working for me if I couldn't take the pens as well, I don't think. I decided I was going to just lose out this weekend. Hotel's already booked, it's too late to cancel, so I'll still go over to the area, find something to do, just have some me time. Where it gets really annoying on these, though, is the organisers obviously have to go with what the weather forecast is saying is going to happen. there have been a few occasions this year when the forecast has been for high winds. You get to the day and it's the most beautiful day you've ever seen. Forecast has been completely wrong. But the event's obviously been cancelled based on the forecast, which is completely fair enough. And you're just sitting there going, this has been such a good day to have an outdoor market with everyone wandering around, enjoying the weather. And the weather forecast was just so badly wrong. You're stuck with nothing. I don't think that's going to be the case this weekend, though. We're not using any lacquers on this. We don't need them. We can just use a little bit of mess to clean up. Oh, just run out on the paper. Let's take a look. See if we can get the... Where's my key? For
Oh no,
paper
not
thing.
again.
Paper thing key. There. That's what's left in the dispenser. I should have some full replacement rolls down here. Still. Pretty sure I've got some spares. 3. There we go. Not quite on needing to buy new paper towel yet. Big paper towel roll. Sensor tube out. Let's start on it. It pulls out. Feed through the hole in the dispenser. Which is carefully placed well out of reach. It's the weird lump that's always at the start of those. Shut that up. There we go. Good to go. The bit we were about to do, before we got down to there, just grab a bit of tissue. Get a bit of mess. Give that a wipe down, get rid of the sawdust off it. Oh, sawdust, the dust, the sanding dust. That's where this pen's going to kind of end up going. Nice colour, isn't that? Even if I do say so myself. Right, dust extractor goes back on. Let's carry on sanding that up. thought. Given how hot the last plug got, it's running a bit warm. Not hot, but most of my plugs for everything else are running at around 13 degrees. The plug for the dust extractor is about 17 degrees. So there's a definite, oh, you're looking at the side there. There's a definite 4 or 5 degrees extra temperature on the dust extractor with all that power going through the plug. As long as it doesn't reach like 50 or 60 degrees. So from there, don't need to lacquer it, we just go straight to the abrasive compounds. Polish this. And then got one more pen to turn that's ready, and then we can start trimming the other pens. What I might do is just trim the slim lines and then turn them, and then leave the others for trimming and turning on another occasion. I don't need just to check on doing this bit. Just with that one. First of the two slim lines that were ready to turn already done. I should have a few carriage bolts here. Let's offload that one. Go for the next one on. The next one is one of the off-cut bits ones. So, all the little cubes in it. These went quite well through the weekend, some of these. Pressure on there, not too much. We'll rest up, check we're spinning freely, dust extractor goes back on, lathe goes on up to speed. quite a ways to go to get. You can see ghosting on that side and not on that side, so that's nice and round. That isn't. So quite round there yet. Very close. That is dragging just a little bit, which means I need to sharpen the skill. So just stop those for a second. Just going to get this sharpened. I've not bolted that down from last weekend yet. Ah. Just take a quick minute to get that sorted and locked back in place, because it's in place, it's just not because it's bolts in. Where's the second one? Oh dear. Why can I only see one? Screws for that, nuts for that. Bolts. Screws, nuts, bolts. One of those. One of them has dropped somewhere. One will be plenty though, because that will stop it from rocking backwards at least. It's not ideal, but it's better than nothing. There we go. We need a power lead for that as well. That's not plugged in right now. I've got a spare power lead just down there, as you do. Put you in. And then we need to get the tool platform, which is in here. And hopefully the guide is also in here. It hasn't gone wandering. Platform there. Guide might be one of these. Nope. Nope, so it probably isn't here. There it is. Should be able to give this a quick sharpen. can worry about finding an M6 bolt for the other side another time. I'm sure it will turn up at some point. Right, where did I put my... There it is. See when putting resin on the tiny little bit at the bottom end of the skew. There's a visible patch where it's worn it a little bit back. Almost. Nice clean edge on that now. Finish off this one. We are on 20 to 11. We're late starting today, so we might go a little bit later than we normally go. Not a lot. So much better. So, point over here where I think she removed material a lot faster. Just doesn't give as nice a think you have to come back over it afterwards anyway. It gets the bulk off quite quickly. Left a proper ring. Very good in size there. I don't know if you can just hear every so often there's a bit of a squeaking sound. That is chatter. So that is where rather than cutting, it's pushing into the wood and the wood or the resin, and the resin's pushing away from it. And that's not really what you want, because if you're getting chatter, then it's not cutting in the perfect circle. Means the material's kind of vibrating, bouncing forwards and backwards. That's almost fine there. It's a little bit in the middle, so we just have a nice light pass. In. That feels a lot better. It's slightly unbalanced, this center point here, so we're just going to take that in a little bit more. That there. Hmm. Same here, we need to bring that down, make it all even. final progress into concentrate on lunch down to time. So look, a little bit wider on that one. So just set that in a tiny bit. Away. Okay to me. Speed down. Fresh sandpaper time. Top box. 14. 20. 100. And then going back. 600. So it's some sanded. Move it out of the way. That's it. Looking nice. Stick it to the higher grits.
Oh no, not again.
Turn that off. Just a little check. 21 degrees. Definitely want to be very much more aware of how long that dust extractor runs for. Sounding very wet outside. Sounds like it's absolutely throwing it down. In fact, if I turn up the camera microphone, I got filters on that one.
Can you hear the rain in the background? I mean, obviously you hear me talking twice.
Yeah, could you hear the rain on the roof from that? That's pretty heavy. That's, that's the second sim line turned. What we're going to do is, just on 11, we'll put this on to a carriage bolt out the way. I'll move my other camera across to the pillar drill, and we'll get that set up for a little bit of barrel trimming. Just get the is that 7mm trimmer in there already? Please be 7mm trimmer in there already. It is. Excellent. So we'll get the Europeans and slim lines trimmed up. That will then mean we can probably turn 2, maybe 3 of the other slim lines tonight. I won't do any of the European turning. They take a little bit more thinking about what you're doing. Trimmer on, camera can unplug you and just do you on a wireless connection. That's fine. Just see how that looks. Is it the right way up? That's always the first question. Let's go. That one, that one. Yes, it is. That's fine. We can trim on that. You probably don't need that one there either, so let's just do. I'm going to need a slightly oversized block for holding things. I might make something a bit more or less cumbersome for holding these blocks in place. European, European, European. Slim, slim, slim. Let's get these ones done first. Because these are the shortest. just drop that table a fraction. Lock that one in there. And let's see if this is going to be take the tiniest amount off. Get that nice clean metal edge there. Yep. To tighten it up a little bit. That's up. That's one of the 4 done. Go through these. to be on 5 past. I'll get the European ones done as well. I'll just leave the stitch pickers to trim another time. Right, these the short ones will probably fit already, I think. Yep. The longer segments I'll need to adjust the table for. Lower it down a little bit. Every time just looking for where that nice clean brass line comes through. Stop after this one just to adjust for table height. More there. Just stop that. So next ones are the section parts of these pens. They're longer. Just need to bring that table down just a little bit. Lock that back off. I've got 5 of these to do. Just one to go. We're done. Just grab the vacuum and give that a quick clean off. Some down here. Then come back over onto this side. Let's go back to that one. These are all the pieces we've just been trimming. Those are some lines there. And those 5 there for Europeans. So we'll just quickly run the deburr around all of them, and then we'll load up a slim line or two and get those turned. So deburring these makes a huge difference when it comes to the assembly at the end, and just how they function when you've got to slide that back section on and off the twist mechanism, giving it a nice smooth action. These Europeans I'll just put to one side after I've deburred them. Turn these next week. Next to the stitch pickers. Let's get on to our slim lines. Let's throw one on the floor, right underneath the cupboard X thingy, watch me call it. Let's see if we can reach that easily. Yep, it's safe. Almost locked. Oh, what are they? Oh, I know what they're from. They're the guide bits from the hole drills that we removed. I'm over here. Way through these. Right, that's all of them deburred. So we've already done one of those, so that's going to be the last one we want to turn. Got one that's a bit similar to that one, so that's second to last. Which means it's the green gold and the purple pink to turn, first of all. Let's go green gold first. It's on. Back over to that layout. Tool rest up. Speed up. All clear. Check them on. I've never particularly done resin pens, is go for a really true slimline shapes, really dead straight ones. Maybe with the two that I said are quite similar to other pens. I might try and do that with resin and see how it comes out. Hmm. So, that's better. Let's just take me.
Hello. Ah!
Shenanigans, how are we doing? I'm having a successful selling period in the run-up to Festiveness. Actually turned stuff on a lathe. Are you feeling okay? Not running a temperature, are you? Same for I was meant to have a 2-day market at Wedgwood this weekend. You know, people having illnesses recently. U Solutions was on earlier, and he's just come down the flu. Oh, mine have been very hit or miss, very much so. But yeah, this weekend's 2-day market at Wedgwood, email today, cancelled. Weather forecast says it can't happen. And there was an option of rebooking onto another event the same organizer was running, which is indoors, but they've already got someone who sells pens there, and it's just not worth me going to not sell only the jewelry side of things. Yeah, it's been poor. I had last weekend, third year doing both. Yeah, I think it's a tough year in general. The weekend before last, weather was against us. It was in a marquee event and there was snow on the ground. They had to clear the snow from inside the marquee before they could set up because the marquee company just pitched it on snow. Um, that
Oh
didn't have a
no.
great turnout of people to
Not
it,
again.
which is fair to suggest the weather didn't help. And then, yeah, this Sunday there's a storm across the whole of the country, high wind speeds, and honestly, I think almost every outdoor event across the UK is likely to be cancelled
Hello.
this weekend.
Ah!
Mecca, how you doing? Tried the 40-degree grind and you like it. It cuts better. It definitely cuts better. So yeah, wind gusts on Saturday are showing us about 60 mile an hour, which is about 25 mile an hour higher than is safe for gazebo events. I heard a quack. Did you not hear a quack? That one played as well. Did all your November, December's indoor? Yeah, almost all of mine are outdoor. In fact, no, all of mine are outdoor. You didn't hear quack. Let's see. should have heard quack. The sounds levels all showed. I heard it. Unless I somehow magically set it to run in my ears is only. Heard that one. There you go. You got the quack. So yeah, in theory, this should have been a really good weekend, but it's going to be. Well, it's worse than what's out because I booked a hotel. It's far enough away from home that I wouldn't want to drive forwards and backwards. So I've got a hotel that I'm paying for as well. Um. So yeah, I will just have a bit of a touristy day at the location or that area. I'm sure there'll be something I can find to do for the weekend. And in fact, one of my clients is very close to where I'm staying, so got a meeting with them on the Friday. And possibly we might head off to some indoor markets elsewhere together, because her business is all related to market events on the Saturday. Interesting. It's a good phrase. I actually had the leaflet put through the door this week about the new fibre to premises available. And I need to make a decision. Do we switch from the provider we've been with for God knows how long, which is fibre to cabinet, but we still need, well, no, wouldn't need to, probably would, keep them for phone services just because, you know. How's your new mobile plan working for you, Mecca? We might just tweak that. That's a little bit lumpy. We'll get this side done first. Listen to streams. That I'll just have to make sure I keep talking. He says, and then stops talking straight away. Yeah, we're down to 3 events to the end. Last event for the year is Saturday the 21st. Another street event is one of my regular markets. And we're away visiting friends from the Tuesday to the Friday before it. So there's not going to be any last minute preparations for that one. That's going to be we've got what we've got when we go to it. And if I happen to have a really good weekend next weekend and I don't have a lot left, that's the way it goes. But I've got enough stock that if that ever happens, you know what? I'm not going to be upset by it because I've sold a lot to get to that stage. In the back of your mind, you always have this: what if I end up and I've not got any stock for the market? And I mean, it's almost impossible for that to happen, sort of thing that I do. That would be an incredibly amazing event. And that's where the part B comes into it. If I ever hit that point where I've sold out and I've got nothing to take to the market, I've got minimal to take to the market, it means I've had a bloody good weekend the weekend before. So you would be kicking yourself on the, well, I could, if I'd had more, I could have sold more. But at the same time, if you've sold all that stuff to get to that state, I really shouldn't, I mean, yeah, really shouldn't be unhappy. The problem that I always worry about, even though I know I shouldn't, there's a certain stage of stock on display where things don't look good. Like, if I get down to just two fountain pens, I don't like having just two fountain pens on display. Three's fine, but get down to two, that looks a mess, and I'd rather not put them out at that point since I've got more made up. Have you got plans to change a lot next year then, Shenanigans? Go full on board and go full 3D print farm. Best I can tell, that's what he's switched over to. Everything is 3D printed now. Which, if it works, I mean, the nice thing about the 3D printing and the laser is it's scalable. You find a product that works, you can scale your production quite happily. Yeah, you've done quite a few different types of pen, haven't you? I've never really gone into the lots of different styles, and I'm in a way quite glad I haven't done. I think for me that would be just overcomplicating things. So you're going to be doing them as blocks for people to print, or you're going to be doing them for you to make prints from, or they're going to be a line of cut style but lasered as a standalone piece of art. I think art pieces are a good option for laser because people are quite used to seeing laser, and there are certain things I look at and go, that's easy. Whereas art pieces still have a bit of a wow factor. Yeah, I think that's always got to be, yeah, any of those more manufacturing-based styles has to be something that makes you stand out from literally everybody else who's got a laser or 3D printer. And that sounds like a good option, so I hope it works for you. Yeah, you can have a nice Art Deco live, laugh, love. Yeah. No, I mean, I think there are some things it's legitimate to hate on. Just saying that there are legitimate occasions to be disparaging, and those signs definitely one of them. You know it, I know it, we all know it. Let's have a look here. That is ever so slightly broader, but maybe not significant. So let's just take a hair off. Okay. And that's I don't think I've seen the ones that TJ did. But is that a laser or a laser and color? Lights? Laser? Just like so are we talking like the bookmarks you can buy packs of laserable bookmarks with like little tassels on them, they're dead thin, you just shove them in the laser, put a passing on them, away you go? I mean, obviously, you put some effort into coming up with the pattern you're using, but basically that's. Or are we talking something a bit more high end than that, like done with real wood? 1/16th wood. 1/16th is 3/8. What? 2 mil? 16th is about 2 mil, isn't it? I think. Based on the fact that the 1.5. I was going on the fact that the 3.5 mil headphone socket is the one. So this is what I was trying to work on because for some reason it's a 3.5 mil socket, then a 1/4 inch, but the 1/4 inch is double the 3.5, so the 3.5 inch socket is actually 1/8. What or one of them is lying and it's not actually dead on the number it's meant to be, which is why I was only going from 3.5 down to, well, it would have been 1.75, wouldn't it, if I'd been really accurate in my contemplations. I never quite understood with headphone jacks why it was that one was always a metric number and one was always an imperial number, but they were meant to be one's double the size of the other. It's just the way it is. I also don't know which one it is that is the actual accurate measurement, whether it's the 1/4 inch or the 3.5. My punt would be it's the 3.5 that is actually 3.5, and the 1/4 inch is actually 7 mil. But I might be completely wrong. And we're on 20 to 12. I will probably just turn this one tonight and save the others for next week then. Which gives me 3 that are finished tonight for buffing up already. And then next week we've got another 3 slimlines, 5 Europeans, and 4 stitch pickers to turn. Plus we'll probably get some resin pour done for some pendants. To check. So at 20 degrees, that's fine. How long will I keep checking the temperature of that plug after I turn the disk extractor off? Maybe they're both right and they aren't actually just one's double the other then. I'd always been led to believe that the 1/4 inch was twice the size of the 3.5mm, and there was a naming discrepancy rather than a size discrepancy, but you know, apparently I can be wrong. So people keep telling me. So quarter inch phone plug, which is a bit more like a banana plug, isn't it, than the standard audio jack? It's going to be that one. Right, we will leave that there. It is, yeah, 11:45, 11:45. Oh, still a tip and ring. Okay. With the interlock bit at the front of it still. Like the dimple in so it can latch in. Thank you, Shanigans. I will take a look. Probably once I finish stream, because we're about to find someone to raid out to. Snowman that went. For some reason I read that snowman that went over the wall. I thought, well, that's an interesting concept. Let's have a quick look. Go there. Shenanigans. Ahaha. I think I have seen. Oh, those snowmen are nice. They're just out of logs. They look like they've got some live edge to them. Guild Discord, yes, Mechaform. What do I want? Links. It's going to work. So that's a no. Maybe I wanted to go that one there. There we go. Oh, so the hat's got the light. Actually, no, it's all as a straight up log, isn't it? Because you can see on that second one from the left, there's definite sap and heart going into that. But then you get the jaunty hat by doing the two pieces, I guess. The hats are all. They look fruit wood for the hat. They're different woods, aren't they, to the bodies? They look a bit appley or something like that, maybe. But they're good. Look at me. Get those skills. I know my apple when I see it. Oh, polymer clay. You do know, Shenanigans, that if you take the nose off them, they just like melt to nothing. Just to warn you. Just to warn you, if you pull their nose off them, they just melt away. So on those bookmarks, you're buying it in as the 1/16th thickness, or are you milling that to 1/16th yourself? Is that I guess there's hardwood suppliers who supply full lasering, but just do it to that size, and then you can cut and engrave in one piece. They're a nice idea for an easy batch out sell. Definitely a nice idea. I might have to start nicking your ideas. I'll I'll steal them from you. Bookmarks go with pens because then you can mark where you notice. All that sort of thing. That can be my logic for it. That can be my yeah. And the only thing I'd have to do is actually find a local supplier that can. Yeah, you've not put live, laugh, fun in there yet, bookworm. Little, fair enough. I mean, that's what everyone. Sometimes people get very picky about people copying their designs. You look at their designs and you go, I mean, it's a nice design, but it's not necessarily that original that you can then go and be upset that anybody else does something similar. He gave you all the files, nice. And then you get other people who are just very nice and happily share their stuff because they know it's not going to be someone competing with them. So yeah. But I've seen people get really upset about really simple designs that they're like, oh, this is my original work and you've copied this. It's like, if you're happy to do that, that'd be great because at some point I'm going to get at least an upgrade in the lathe of my snap maker so I can actually cut things with it. And 1.5 mil, actually, you probably could just about cut 1.5 mil on the tiny laser, but but maybe it'd be something to get the upgraded laser for first. But yeah, that'd be really good because I could do some stuff that is easy to just have a don't think about it too much or an I feel sorry for you purchase. Like I'd really like to spend some money with you, but I'm not spending £20 on a pen. £5 bookmark though, I'll do that. It's always a good call. Right, who have we got that we can raid to that's still on? You just have to go on a road trip. One of you. Hmm. Go and collect. You find mecha forms. Just a short drive. Where's Twitch hiding down here? Just around the corner. Who be live? Don't I press that? Onto that one. Science is on charity event night. Odin, Valencia Glass, Free Heathen, Lockwood, Metz Glass, Builder, Hula. You could sneak over, no one will notice. You get away with it, Mechafor, I'm sure. Just remember, once you cross the border, don't say please and thank you, and they'll be fine. They'll never spot you for a Canadian if you avoid being polite. Eh? Yeah, yeah, yeah. And if you're ever writing anything down, they'll do that little test and they'll say, "Can you write down color and favor for us?" And you might fail on that one if you don't think about it before you write. Science charity night. Something to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. or Valencia Glass, who's doing some blowing? Should we go Valencia Glass? Let's go that way. I was watching them last night. Hmm. Along with everybody else, Hannigan's. Along with everybody else, apparently. Yeah. That's when you definitely want to have your correct passport at that point. TW, how you doing? Just about to raid out, but it's good to see you. Hope things are getting sorted with your your husband's work issues. Has he gone around and just trashed the place with his digger or something? Valencia Glass is where we're going. Valencia Glass, let's get that started. There we go. Bit of glass blowing. Proper big glass raid. Got raided by Deaf Guy and Giggity Sponges apparently followed. Might have found a new lawyer you've sussed on. That's where you were up to, wasn't it? Because the lawyer you went to was the other guy's lawyer. Never helps. Right. So that is us done for this week. No market this weekend. Cancelled. Annoying. But there you go. I'll be back next week, Tuesday. We've got a few more pens to get turned on the resins, and we'll probably try and get a resin poured and some more pendants as well while we're at it. But until then, hope you all have a great weekend. If you're in the UK and we've got these storms coming through, I'd hope that you don't get any storm damage from the high winds, especially Saturday is looking risky. 60-mile-an-hour gusts is what it's forecasting right now across basically all of England and Wales, essentially. So yeah, hope that's all not going to cause any more problems. We'll see. I will see you next week. Let's go say hi to Valencia Glass. Bye for now.